Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats, you know that we gotta run it back. Whether on the field or the court, you know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Fever got that dub. Fever got that dub. So the Indiana Fever wins a nail biter, a close game, a hard-fought game that they definitely had to win by beating the LA Sparks, who they have not beaten all season, 76-75. Yes, Aliyah Boston makes a key steal in the game to secure the victory and to keep in 6th place in their playoff survival mode. Now, this game right here started out slow because the Indiana Fever looked like they didn't even want to be there. And I kept questioning why the Indiana Fever haven't played inspiring basketball. Then comes the second quarter because Stephanie White took a crisp. I have to give Stephanie White some credit, and I don't do that too many times. She used her timeouts appropriately tonight, especially when the Sparks was making a run. She called a timeout to kill it. And that's how you have to take control of games. Not allowing a team to walk you down 10 points, take the lead, then you get down by 12, 15 points, and then you decide to take a timeout. No. Sparks got close. She took a timeout, regrouped, they came back in. Now, Kelsey Mitchell, for a lot of y'all, and this is not a Kelsey Mitchell bad session. Kelsey Mitchell, I was over on courtside a couple of days ago. Shout out to him. And they had this conversation about Kelsey Mitchell. Does she need to do more for the team? These games right here, you have to do more. You can't go against the Dallas Mavericks, explode for 25, 27 points, and then you struggle. Because, see, now you're getting the Caitlin Clark treatment. You know why? Because teams starting to plan for you. They starting to gear towards you. So what you have to do is find other ways to contribute in the game. That means you have to rebound. You have to assist. You have to set your other teammates up. You can't always try to get your shot. But if your three ain't going well, then guess what? Drive to the basket. Drive to the basket. Use a mid-range. You, instead of trying to drive into trees and get knocked all around and then looking for a foul. See, shout out to Odyssey Sims tonight, in which she had a bone to pick with the LA Sparks, who cut her. Oh yeah, she wanted some get back. It was a revenge time, and she showed up and showed out. Odyssey Sims played one hell of a game. Now, she missed some easy buckets under the rim. She did miss some easy shots because guess what? For her to shoot 10 for 20, she could have had 30 points tonight. 30 points tonight. Her and Aliyah Boston led this team. They led this team. And Aliyah Boston, ma'am, hat off to you too because you played a hell of a game. Shout out to Keep It a Vision. I don't know what you did to her. You must have made a call to her because the last two games, Aliyah Boston has been showing out. Aliyah Boston is the first player in WNBA history to have 11 rebounds, 4 assists, 6 steals, and 22 points. Now, Aliyah Boston got to continue that. And I said it. She had to play. I said this, matter of fact, I said this in, I think in the Indiana Fever pregame shoot around today on their YouTube page. And I made a comment. And I say, if they do the things that they needed to do against the Storm, because guess what? The Storm is no different from the Sparks. They're a tall, long team. But I think the Sparks is a little bit faster. That's the difference. And Aliyah Boston had to take advantage of it because by halftime, early on, she had like 12, 14 points or so. But she was 11 for 18 from the field. 11 for 18 from the field. That's damn good right there. She had 4 fouls. She only had a couple fouls early on. But Lexi Hall, always Lexi Hall. Her presence, doesn't matter what her stats looking at on the stat sheet, her presence. Now, they did try to give her 5 fouls, but they took one back after a challenge. But she had 5 rebounds, she had 4 assists, she had 5 points, and she hit a crucial 3. And guess who assisted that 3 to her? Bree Turner, as always. Bree Turner came in the game. 3 rebounds. Played solid defense. Had 13 minutes. Shea Petty didn't look so good. Shea Petty might be on the way out if Caitlin Clark's come back. Ariel Powers. What can I say? Young lady has come in 2 games already. Well, 3 games already. 15 points. 2 for 6 from the 3. Now, if she had hit all her threes, because most of her threes went in and out of the rim. If she had hit all of them, she probably would have had 15 points off the bench. She had 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 9 points, 15 minutes. She did have little laps in the game here and there, but hey, everybody does. Chloe Bibby didn't get to play. Coach's decision. We'll hear from that sometime soon. Again, the Indiana Fever needed this game. The Indiana Fever needed to win this game. They needed to make sure that they had this game in hand. There was down 7 they was down 7 at the first quarter. Then they was down at halftime. Came back in the third quarter, and that's when the defense started picking up. You see it, 13-11. Now, but they lost the third quarter by 2 points because they had the lead and they gave up the lead at the third quarter and at the end of the third quarter by 2. But then they took the lead late in the fourth quarter, running off. The thing about it is defense. The defense played physical with LA, and that's something LA struggled with. LA was struggling. Once the Fever had took the lead, it made it the Sparks more desperate team because they started shooting up shots. They started missing shots, and then they was also looking to try to take the lead. And then when they finally did took the lead, they didn't keep the lead long because they didn't put no separation between them and the Fever. But down the stretch, and Lord have mercy, man, this has to be the last. Honestly, we need to find somebody to start in Natasha Howard's spot. To be honest with you, she's getting cooked by Ezra Ray Stevens. She's getting cooked by Ray Burrell. She's getting cooked by Rickea Jackson. Then she's dribbling the ball up the court, stopping as soon as she get across the half court, she just stops. And then you try to give a handoff to Aliyah Boston. No, come on. You almost caused a steal or a turnover. She had one good move under the basket, spin move on Ezra Ray Stevens, and then made it. But the rest of the times, she missed a bunch of shots, throwing up shots here and there. Now, she only I don't know how. First, she didn't even had a lot of minutes in the game. She ended up with 29 points. Why she had 20? She had 29 minutes. Why? Why she had 29 minutes? When you was 1 from 8 from the field, then you took a 3 for no reason. You had 7 boards, 2 assists, and 5 points. You could have got that in less minutes. You could have got that in 11 minutes, 12 minutes. Again, the Indiana Fever needed this game, especially how Caitlin Clark came in and they was shouting her name. They was already had poster boards from Nike out there said Caitlin was here. Oh, if you thought that pop was loud, wait till she gets to Golden State on Sunday. Like I told you, I predict them to win against Golden State. Golden State ain't the same team. This is gonna be a different contest on Sunday night. The Fever will win this game. The Fever needed this game. This all but probably knocked LA out of any chance of making the playoffs. Because I don't see the Fever losing anymore. I think the game against the Mercury next Tuesday probably be their toughest test. Then the next three after that is going to be a cakewalk because teams are going to play spoiler. But, you know, I already told y'all what I thought about the Caitlin Clark maybe coming back. Now, Coach Stephanie White, like I said, I give you credit for the timeouts. But now I'm going to have to give you the bag. Guess why? Because you almost blew this game by keeping Natasha Howard in. And then the referees they didn't even help because they tried to cheat towards the end of the game. When Kelsey Mitchell missed that free throw and the clock was still on 0.4 seconds. And Ray Burrell I think she got the rebound. But I'm going to do a separate video tomorrow on the referees and stuff like that because that is totally ridiculous how they literally try to cheat it. There were some things in this game they could have cleaned up. But I'm glad the Fever stayed fast and then allowed the referees dictate the game when they almost did, and they made shots. The Fever didn't look good. I said this again, this was a playoff type basketball game because the Fever had to dig deep to overcome a lot of things in this game. Azurá Stevens was hitting lights out behind the three. Ray Burrell comes off the bench and get on 12 points, and she was hitting shots. De'Erica Hamby wasn't a factor. Rikia Jackson wasn't a factor. Kelsey Plum, we held her to 12 points. We held Kelsey Plum to 12 points. If we could eliminate Azurá Stevens for hitting on threes, this game would have been probably well handed to the Fever. Now, again, like I said before, the Indiana Fever need to continue to this momentum. Win the games you need to win and be done with it. Because they're not going to get any easier. Games like this makes you prepare for playoff type of basketball because there's going to be these type of games. It's not going to always be blowouts. It's not going to always be pretty. It's not going to always go the way we think it needs to go. But guess what? If you could win tough games like this, that means you could be battle tested when it gets in the playoff because this is the type of game you're going to be facing. Physical. And the Fever was physical with the Sparks when they needed to down the stretch. The defense made a difference. Despite Natasha Howard bundler, despite Kelsey Mitchell not playing at her best, she 1 for 6 from the 3, 5 for 14 from the field, 12 points. She could have had more assists than that. She could have had at least 7 assists. She got to do better because you're not going to expect for Odyssey Sims to score 21 points. Again, you're not going to get that from her. What if Ariel Powers didn't hit the 2 threes? Even though Odyssey Sims was 1 for 5 from 3-point line, they was horrible from 3-point line. Lexi was 1-1. Dante was 0-1. Petty was 0-2. The only person that was really constant hitting their threes was Ariel Powers. And she missed 3 of them that went in and out. If she had hit them, she would probably been 5 from 6 from the field, from 3-point land. So I'm just letting y'all know that Kelsey Mitchell needs to play better. But like I said, they are keen on Kelsey Mitchell now. No Caitlin Clark, she's getting all the attention. Now she sees what Caitlin Clark has to go through. Now she understands why Caitlin is who Caitlin is. So anyway, good win for the Fever. They still locked in that 6th spot. They got another tough one Sunday night. Until the next time, Livewire Sports, and I'm out.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying.